Welcome into Drew Staley Diamonds for Friday, May 9th, 2025. I am Drew Martin breaking down the MLB slate of games, the weekend starter, 3 Major League Baseball picks coming your way for tonight's slate. Let me know in the comments below where you agree, where you disagree. All is welcome. Any questions, fire away. We'll work in a question and answer as well. Smash that like button if you're liking the content. As we got first game up, and to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, PNC Park for the Atlanta Braves and the Pittsburgh Pirates. Game 1 of the series. Braves going with Bryce Elder as their starter. Bailey Falter, the lefty, going for the Pirates. 8.5 being the total. Braves right at the opener, minus 148 as the road favorite. I like the Braves in this situation. I think the number's short. I wouldn't be surprised if we get more money coming in on the Braves. The reason being, Pittsburgh has just been terrible. 12-26 on the season. They've lost 7 straight games. Their offense, ice cold. They've only scored 5 runs their last 5 games overall. And they got Falter on the hill over a 5 ERA, just 1-3 on the season. Now, he's up against Elder here, where the 25-year-old out of Texas, the former Longhorn, won each of the last 2 times out. He's in his last 3 starts. He's gone 17 innings, just 6 earned and 1 home run given up. With the Braves, we get the better overall lineup, better against handedness of pitcher, and pretty sizable bullpen edge here, guys. So I would jump on the Braves as the road favorite over the Pirates, fading the Pirates as well. All right, we got next one up, 7:10 Eastern time. Chicago Cubs, New York Mets. Battle of first place teams here, NL Central and NL East. Clay Holmes going for the Metropolitans. Jameson Taillon for the Cubbies. Total of 8, minus 133. That is the Mets as the home favorite. Now, it has been a great season for the Mets overall. 24-14, already 10 games over 500. They've won 2 straight games. They've won 4 of their last 5. I'm talking about when Clay Holmes is on the hill, and he's got a sub-3 ERA, 2.1 FIP, 0 walks his last 2 starts. I like that. Good control. Now, Taillon has pretty good numbers overall as well. 4 ERA, about a 4 FIP as well. Great matchup. I just go to the bullpens again, guys. Bullpens is a big part of the handicap here. And the Mets have the stronger bullpen. The Cubs out the gate are bottom 10. Mets, top 10 bullpen by my numbers. And the Mets are the hotter lineup. So overall, Cubbies coming in, losing 2 straight, 3 of their last 4. I think they dropped this one as well. We're going to list Holmes as the starter, minus 133. We're going to lay the 33 cents and jump on the Mets over the Cubs. That is the home favorite, New York Mets. Got 1 game left. It will be the nightcap. Got a question and answer session coming your way. But a reminder, if you could comment below, it does help out the algorithm on YouTube, growing the show, smashing that like button if you're liking the content. And if you're interested in premium picks, check them out. Drew Martin Experts page, WagerTalk.com. All right, went over the last 2 weeks of shows, read every comment, got some funny ones in here, some questions as well. We'll go down the list quickly. Sunshine, Water, and Woods. Thanks for chiming in here, buddy. How do I feel about first 5 inning bets? He says he's having success, at least pushing. Well, Sunshine, Water, and Woods, you bring up pushing. That I feel like that could be an advantage in betting first 5 innings because you almost get like free entertainment out of it. When you bet the first 5 and it ties, you get your money back type deal. But overall, first 5 inning bets, they can be kind of an angle we can use as sports bettors. Because it cuts the bullpens out of it. And if you think you have an angle on the better starting pitcher, whatever the case may be, fire away, man. I just feel personally, I think we've only done a couple first 5s throughout the full season. It's not something that I kind of hammer because I spend a lot of time handicapping the bullpens. So I almost feel like trusting my numbers over the last couple years, I think it actually gives me an edge in the betting markets. That's why I like the full game. But also it comes down to price. And you brought this up in your comment. The VIG is a little bit higher. And yeah, it is. You know, at most sports books, the best thing about betting Major League Baseball is it's a dime line. It's minus 105, $100 better. You only risk $105 to win 100. Most other sports, you know, you have to risk $110 to win 100. So it's like half off betting baseball. And you lose that when you bet the first 5. It goes, you know, not on the dime line. Although some, you know, off-screen sports books do deal that. But for the most part, it just gets more expensive. That's why I go full game. Thank you for the comment. Sunshine, Water, and Woods. We got David Montgomery coming in with the next one. By the way, shout out to you, David. Kentucky Derby, I believe you hit 4 of those horses, man. Hats off to you. If you want to give out the picks on the Preakness, the invitation is there for you. Always appreciate you commenting here. And a couple shows ago, you said, what's my thoughts on prop betting, like betting the props? Great question. I think it can be fun for sports bettors. I think it's a little bit harder to win. It goes back to price, like home run props, betting like Ohtani to hit a home run. Yeah, you get the plus price if he does, but I think over the long term, really with any player, it's not really going to get you there because the VIG is higher in those type of bets. So that's why I kind of lay off of it. One prop that we've talked about on the show a couple times with some success is the pitcher strikeout props. How many strikeouts will a pitcher have? And one thing that I do is I just go by how many strikeouts they normally get against that type of lineup they're facing. The lineup that they're facing, how strikeout prone are they? And particularly against the type of pitcher that they're facing. And when it lines up, I think a guy's going to get a bunch of strikeouts. I'll go over, or a lot of times under on their strikeout prop can be a pretty good angle. One that I like is a pitcher pitching in Colorado, up there in the elevation for the first time. And in the minor leagues where they came from, where they were born and raised, they weren't used to elevation. A lot of times those guys don't go deep into the game. So therefore racking up strikeouts can be tough in Colorado. So the angle I'll look in that one is maybe look to bet it under in their strikeout prop. Billy, a couple shows ago saying, he had a funny comment. Billy saying, coming to you live from a Motel 6 bathroom, making fun of me for the last few shows. I was traveling in Veracruz, Mexico, just coming from a regular room there. I thought that one was fun. Coming to you live from a Motel 6 bathroom. Good one, Billy. And the last one here before we get to the nightcap, Petrus, 2 weeks ago saying, thoughts on alternate lines, the alt lines where you can bet a team, yes, on the money line, yes, on the -1.5 run line. But a lot of sports books, some sports books anyway, will put like -2.5, -3.5 runs. You can also go, the plus route, like a team +2.5, +3.5, things of that nature. And you could either lay a big price or kind of get a more plus price on the kickback, depending which way you're going. It's not really my cup of tea. However, I think if you're going for an angle to find some more winners, one might be to go against a team where, one, you're betting on a team that can score a bunch of runs, a potent lineup, and the other angle to it would be their top bullpen arms aren't available for that game. So you're going up against, the 9th, 10th, 11th best pitcher on the roster. So therefore the crooked numbers in those late innings could be higher. That would be an angle. Again, it's not one that I've really dealt with personally, so I can't give you a better answer. I will tell you this, early in the college football season, so not Major League Baseball, but when that comes around, one thing I'll look to do with a head coach and offensive coordinator in college football that has shown that they'll run up the score. One name that comes to mind is Lane Kiffin for Ole Miss. If they're favored by like 30 points against a inferior opponent, a lot of times, even though they'll put up the backup quarterback in the game, they're still taking 5-7 step drops and throwing the ball down the field, trying to score and run up the score, trying to score more touchdowns and run up the score. So therefore, if you get them like -30, also maybe add in -35, -37.5, and get that plus price. I've had some success in the past doing that, Petrus. So that's one angle I would go with the alternative betting lines. But thank you for the comments, guys. Again, if you comment below, it helps out the algorithm on YouTube. I'll be in there chiming in as well. All right, we got the nightcap here for Friday night, the weekend starter. It's the New York Yankees at the Athletics, technically Sacramento here. Osvaldo Bido on the hill for the Athletics. And we get Will Warren going for the Bronx Bombers. -135, that is the Yankees as the road favorite, total of 10. Yankees come in winners of 2 straight, +61 run differential. They are off of an off day yesterday to help with travel. They got Warren on the hill. He's kind of been hurt by the home run the last couple starts, but he does have 34 strikeouts in 28 innings. I like this Yankee squad. Number 1 lineup in all of baseball by weighted runs created plus. Great against righties. They're up against the Athletics here, 20-18 overall, but they're just 7-11 at home. They've struggled in the minor league ballpark. That is their home field. They've lost 2 straight coming in. They do have Beto on the hill, 29-year-old Dominican. He's given up 6 home runs his last 3 starts. I think the Yankees are going to knock him around a little bit. 13 earned runs in his last 3 starts, and that's against the Marlins, the White Sox, and the Texas Rangers. He's actually taken a step up in class here against the Yankees. I like the Yankees in this spot. And lastly, Beto, 36 innings pitched this season, just a 21-14 strikeout to walk ratio. If you're not missing bats, this is not the lineup you want to be facing. So we're going to lay the 35 cents, minus 135. That is the Yankees over the Athletics. New York Mets, minus 133 over the Cubs, and the Atlanta Braves with Elder on the hill, minus 148 over the Pirates. So reading all the comments, guys, one of the ones you guys have come at me is I bet too many dogs. Well, this one's for you. 3 straight favorites on Friday night, hopefully a 3-0 night. Comment below, smash that like button. Thanks for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. We'll be back early tomorrow. Come back and join us.